The Blitz, high school football from the field to your screen. Sponsored by Mocse Credit Union and KW Recovery Lab.
Welcome to The Blitz. I'm Frankie Tovar.
What's up? I'm Eddie Ruiz.
And we're more than halfway through the season, and that means league play has begun.
It's crazy.
And for Pitman High, it's the very first CCAL game of forever. It's their first league. Pitman, Turlock, Enochs, Grigori, Modesto, Downey. Is that all the teams?
Yeah, dude, that's it.
And man, Pitman walks away with their first CCAL win and their first CCAL game because they dominated the Eagles 38-6.
Wow, and we were there. Obviously, we're going to have the highlights and all that stuff for you. But just to give a little love to all the viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in. And this was a crazy game at first, okay?
Yeah.
And then the second, third, fourth quarter, Pitman took over. 30 unanswered
Not so
points.
much.
That kind of tells a story, I think.
Yeah, well, the total yards, though. The yards tell a lot of stories.
They kind of do. So Pitman in the first half, they had 249 to Enochs' 210. So how about that? By the end of the game, though, 394 for Pitman total, and then Enochs just 300. So they were held to 90 yards total in the second half. Kind of tells everything, I think, right?
Yeah, so the score is pretty high for Pitman. They're known to be a high-powered offense, but it was the defense that got things going for Pitman, and you can see that all right now on the Friday night highlights. It was a slow start for Pitman, trying to establish the running game on its first possession. That was Peyton Bass with the first carry, followed by Jacob Partida, who cuts back and bounces off defenders for a short gain. But the Pride, they're forced to punt and send their defense onto the turf. Here's Trayton Fair pulling double duty as QB and punter, and that's Cameron Myers taking the punt for Enochs. He's down at the 39-yard line. Now pay close attention. It looks like this is a fumble, but the refs blew the whistle early. But it's okay, because Pitman gets that turnover 8 plays later, and it's not just a fumble, it's an interception return, because that's Jaron Azevedo looking like Khalil Mack and snatching the ball out of the air. He returns it 65 yards for the touchdown, and it's 8-0 after a 2-point conversion with a little over 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, man, and then Pitman gets the ball back, and check this out. They force that 3 now. Jacobo Partida de Paisano! 8-yard pickup, but no! A fumble! It's okay, though. It's okay. Just relax, take a deep breath. Things are going to get better. It's chill. Enochs, though, they're rolling. This is going to be the only scoring drive, I'm just letting you know. Ben Harless, Sawyer, Kekoya Sawyer. That's a 5-yard pickup right there. And he was tough. He made a couple big plays. We saw it. And a couple plays later, actually just one play later, who am I kidding? Meyer, 11-yard pickup from Harless. Not bad, not bad. They're doing work. Exactly, right? That was kind of close. And then a couple plays later, again, this is just 2 plays before they score the touchdown. Christian Cervantes from Harless, 17-yard pickup. And he's a big dude. I don't want to get in his way, man. Check this out again. Cervantes, 13-yard touchdown run up the middle. It's going to be 8-6 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter after the 2-point conversion is no bueno.
Now it's Pitman's third possession of the game, and it's JP Money, Jacob Partida, with a 30-yard dash. He's taken down at the Eagles 15, and then right after that, it's Partida again. No, I was faked out completely. It's actually Bass on the far side of the field with a 29-yard touchdown run to make it 16-6 at the top of the second quarter.
Pitman's defense forces another punt, so they get the ball right back. Trayton Fair, Peyton Bass, 17-yard pickup. We know this connection is deadly, and it's going to go on all night. And Marcus Garza doing it on offense, 21-yard pickup. Why do I say on defense as well? I said both ways. Well, because he had to pick on defense. I'm just saying. Trayton Fair again, doing work. Harinder got a chop. 16-yard pickup. He's a big target, by the way. Check this out. 2-yard plunge, touchdown. Partida, 23-6 with 2:07 left in the second. Woo!
And before you know it, Pitman's back in the driver's seat as Fair connects with Steckren for a 12-yard gain. He loses his footing, but no problem. The very next play, we've got some play action, and it's Fair targeting Steckren once again. This time it's a 52-yard teardrop for a touchdown. The senior receiver jogs into the end zone. It's 31-6, and that's the halftime score.
First possession for Pitman in the third. Check this out, though. The fumble. Snap. No bueno. Que paso? TOD. So Enochs gets the ball. Harless finds Cervantes, that big old dude I was talking about. 17-yard pickup. Makes his way into the red zone. That's good for Enochs, I guess, right? Harless connecting with Myers. His 11-yard pickup. Whoa, what's happening? But check this out. Yeah, 4th and 1. You're right, dude. Marcus Garza coming up. Clutch. TOD.
And we're closing the show out with another aerial display of perfection. Fair finds Steckren on the slant, and Steckren finds the end zone in a hurry. That's a 74-yard touchdown and the nail in the coffin as Pitman puts up 38 points to the Eagles 6. But before we say goodbye, let's rewind it because that play was too sweet. That's right, it's the play of the game. Watch Steckren catch the ball at the 40-yard line and run all the way into the end zone in less than 8 seconds. That's pretty dang fast. Who was that guy? Barry Allen?
Oh.
I don't think so. That's
Oh.
Denzel Steckrin. And now Pitman. They are 6-0 with the first CCAL win ever. Once again, another great highlight section from the Pride, so thank you. We'll see you guys again, Pitman, Harvest Bowl. They'll be here before you know it. But before we talk more about Pitman's win over Enochs, let's recognize our sponsors, Mocse Credit Union and KW Recovery Lab.
That's right.
Eddie, I want to buy some cool stuff, but my paycheck is not here yet. I need a loan. Where should I go?
Well, there's no place better to look for a loan than Mocse Credit Union, especially if it's your first time as well. If you need a car loan, auto loan, toy loan, any sort of loan, check out their location on Gear and let them know that the Blitz, Frankie and Eddie sent you. Hey, Frankie, I'm a little sore, man, from all that running I was doing in the sidelines on Friday night. Where should I go to recover, man?
There's only one place to go, Eddie, and that's KW Recovery Lab here in Turlock.
What?
They're the place to go to recover in style, recover as hard as you train, cryotherapy, ice baths, and Normatec technology. That stuff is really cool. And if you're a football player, buy your first session, get the second one half off. So go visit KW Recovery Lab here in Turlock. Now, typically, Pitman is known as a rushing team. They've been known as a rushing team since their first season, way back when. I don't even want to say how many years because that's going to date me and make me feel old. But
Likewise.
you saw from the highlights, Trayton Fair. He was lighting up the skies like the god of thunder himself, Thor. But no, he's just a senior quarterback. He was 6 of 7, 185 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What a performance.
Yeah, and take a look at the Paisano. Jacobo Partida, 12 carries, 75 yards, and he had a touchdown as well. He's a good guy. He knows what he's doing out there. And then Denzel Steckrin, the kid was player of the game. Just throwing that out there, all right? 3 catches, 138 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. I'll tell you what, kind of like I told him, I wish you were on my fantasy team, man, because I didn't start some of the guys from the Thursday night game. I would have needed you if that was possible, man, but that's all right. Heck of a game from him.
And then, of course, let's give some love to the losing team, specifically the quarterback, Ben Harless.
Yeah.
Man, he was on tap the entire night. Enochs, they basically passed the entire game. And I got to say, Enochs, they didn't win. They didn't produce a lot of points. They produced a lot of yards, and that was because they just couldn't get that home run hit. They couldn't finish off what they started. So I think they're going to do better as time progresses.
Where you at, dude?
I'm right here, Eddie, at KW Recovery Lab with the impact player of the game, Denzel Steckrin. How you feeling, man, the day after the game?
Feeling very sore, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully this is helping. How's it feel so far?
It feels good.
Normatec Technology. It's the first time you've had this done on yourself?
Yes.
Excellent. And obviously you probably need that done. You had a heck of a game. Is that the best performance you've ever had?
It was the best performance I've had so far at Pitman, so I'm really proud of that.
Typically, Pitman is known as a running team. This week, you guys came out and really threw that ball through the air. Trayton Fair really helped you out with those passes.
Yeah, we are a run-first team, but once those holes start opening up in the secondary, then we start passing.
Yeah, I think Enochs was a little surprised by that. Enochs, a new league foe for you guys, the CCAL. What was the anticipation for that new league, these new teams that you guys never faced before?
We knew it was going to be a more of a challenge for us, but going into it, I knew we would be able to pull it out.
Now, you spoke with Eddie after the game, and you said the CCAL isn't ready for Pitman. What did you mean by that?
I meant they weren't ready. They've never seen us before, and now they're going to.
Yeah, so what is Tom Tyler, Wolfley, all the coaches, what are they guys telling you guys as you guys embark on this new campaign for the CCAL?
They're telling us just to keep working hard, and we'll be able to dominate this league.
And you guys have been dominating so far, 6-0. Fantastic start, especially in contrast to last year. 3-3, that wasn't the greatest start. Can you talk about the difference between your junior year and this year, your senior year?
Yeah, last year we weren't really focused enough during practices and during games, but this year we got it together. Yeah,
and you guys are going to need it next week. You're facing Grigori, the defending MMC champions. They're not doing so well this year, but they're still a tough team. What do you know about Grigori?
We know that they're a tough team to beat, and they have some skills, but we know we'll be able to beat them.
Absolutely. Now they'll be watching this film. Do you think you'll be able to have a repeat performance next week? Next week?
Yes, I will.
All right. Well, he'll be here recovering at KW Recovery Lab, and next week, Grigori, watch out because his legs will be healed and rested, and he'll be ready for another 138, maybe 200 yards, right?
Yes.
All right.
Whoa, dude, how'd you get here so fast, man? Are you the Nightcrawler?
Yeah, pretty much. I transported all the way from KW Recovery Lab after talking with our impact player of the game, Denzel. Thank you for taking time out of your Saturday, coming down and speaking with us. You deserved it. Now, let's move on with the game, man.
What's up, man?
Pitman,
Yeah.
they're 1-0 in the CCAL. Enochs, they're 0-1. they're not the only one either. Pitman, they're going to be facing Grigori next week, who's 1-0, who just defeated Modesto, who's 0-1. I know that's kind of convoluted, right?
Right? Because Downey's 0-1 and Turlock's 1-0. Don't worry about it. Just check out the standings if you guys get a chance online, obviously. But yeah, check that out. So it's going to be Pitman and Grigori, and it's going to be, I think, it's going to be a crazy game. I think it's going to be the toughest matchup that Pitman has seen by far this year.
So far, right?
Yeah, so far this year is what I'm saying, because they're 6-0. But don't take them lightly at all. You could say the same thing for Grigori, but Grigori, I don't think they're going to take Pitman lightly. They're going to see the record. They're going to think, wow, we have to try to beat these guys to get, one up on the CCAL. But we'll see. I still like Pitman winning that game. I just don't see it being a high-scoring one. Or the point difference, man. It's going to be very close.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think Pitman has the best overall record of all the CCAL teams.
They do.
Yeah, and then Grigori, defending MMC champions, they were undefeated last year, right?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're coming back to prove something. If they can knock Pitman out, then they set themselves up pretty for a run at that CCAL title.
Exactly.
Right now, though,
What's up?
Pitman and Turlock seem to be in the lead for that.
Yeah,
and that's what we're going to cover next week.
Who?
Turlock at Modesto, the revival of a rivalry more than 100 years in the making. That's going to be a great game. You're not going to be there.
You have fun with Angie, man.
But you do know about the matchup, Eddie.
I do.
What do you think is going to happen when Turlock rolls into Modesto?
That's what's going to happen. Turlock is going to roll into Modesto. They're going to roll through Modesto.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Okay, that's just my prediction. That's my take on it. I'm not going to be there. If you guys want to roast me afterwards, if I'm wrong, go on my Twitter or something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not going to be in this country.
I'm sure the Panthers will do that if you're proven wrong. But Turlock wants to prove you right, especially after Friday's game. They came out with the victory, but it was sloppy. They had more than 6 fumbles in the first half alone. They didn't lose all those fumbles, but still, that is not what James Peterson wants to see.
No.
And here's an important note. James Peterson played for Turlock High back when Modesto and Turlock rivalry was in full effect in the old CCC. So we'll see how this one turns around with Peterson at the head coaching helm.
Exactly. We'll see.
Yeah, and you'll see at TurlockJournal.com next Saturday when we bring the full coverage. Me and Angelina, not Eddie. Sorry, Eddie, you're going to miss out on a great game. But you can find all of the updates on social media. Yeah, your sister's cool. Yeah. But Turlock versus Modesto is probably a little better in my book. You find all that stuff online.
My mom would kill me if I missed
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Turlock Journal. So until next week, I'm Frankie Tovar.
I'm Eddie Ruiz.
Good night.